Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome to your general monthly forecast for Aquarius Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Thank you guys so much for being here. To all my returning subscribers and viewers, I appreciate your support so much. If you are new to me, welcome. I appreciate you guys stopping by, checking out my readings, my channel. I do read intuitively, so don't just go based off what you see on the table, as I do receive messages throughout the reads. Your playlist of all the Aquarius readings I have for you will be up here, and as always, it will be linked at the end. And so we're going to dive into your 9-card spread for the month, beginning, middle, and ending of the month. I will be pulling Energy Oracle as well, so that we can see what the overall energy that you can expect for your entire month, and we will clarify as I am called to. If you would like to book a personal reading, the link is in the description box down below. I do open up reading appointments from time to time, as well as Reiki and spiritual coaching. So if you are interested in any of that, you can check out the description box down below. So here we go. Your Energy Oracle cards are Healer of the Ages, the World card, and Angel of Strength. Now, I don't normally check the bottom of the deck. I know a lot of readers do, but this time I just had this feeling I had to check, and you have the card of Caring Connections. So the overlying feeling I have here for your entire month is that there is a very deep connected focus when it comes to partnerships, connections, relationships, whether it's in love, whether it's, your BFF, whether it's, any type of partnership, business, love. Caring Connections, though, it does feel like this is more love focused. It's a very tender moment between two people. Of course, it can be within friendship, within family. That feeling of closeness, of feeling of trust and safety and security, regardless of what may be going on in your life. Because as you see is that there is light towards the future, but there is a little bit of darkness back here, which tells me that even through your tough times, this person is there for you, has been there for you, and, will continue to be there for you if you remember to lean on them at this time. So you have the Healer of the Ages card here. So you may be going through a little bit of healing energy. Some of you may be actually going through the process of becoming a healer, whether it's like energetic healing, Reiki, whatever modality that you choose. Some of you may be actually going to medical school to become a healer of sorts, right? I'm also hearing physical therapist and chiropractic. So some of you may be interested in that. You may be going to school for that. You may be learning that, or maybe it's been something that's been in the back of your mind, and boom, there is your confirmation that maybe you should look into it a little further, right? But the Healer of the Ages, I do feel like with this card is saying like now is your time to get closer to God, to get closer to spirituality, whatever it is that you, your faith is in, or have your own personal beliefs in. I'm not here to preach religion whatsoever, but perhaps this is in regards to your own spiritual path, your own spiritual awakening or journey, and how you become more aware of things around you, the lessons, and what does it bring forth to you. Is this a lesson that's just coming through, which most of them are, that's just coming through to teach you a lesson, and what is the lesson behind it? What do I need to learn from it? And how can I'm hearing for some of you, there could be habits that you have been in this bit of a cycle for, in a specific habit, whether it's beliefs, attitudes towards something or someone, right? And that maybe you need to change, and then something happens, and perhaps it can soften you up. Perhaps it can shine a light on if there's any type of hurt, pain, strife, discord within yourself that gets triggered by certain people, by certain environments, right? Maybe it's by coworkers, maybe it's by family, by friends, by partnerships. I'm hearing very much so that you need to be careful of your surroundings. It feels very stressful and depleting at this time. Okay, so maybe take a step back from whatever that may be. If it's your, work environment, feeling stressed and overwhelmed, if that's your family or home life or situation, maybe it's your circle of friends that maybe you are starting to feel as though you no longer resonate with their energy. I feel like there is this energy of almost trying to find your place, like you're going through some changes within you, mentally, emotionally, physically, even spiritually, energetically. And for some of you, financially, I'm hearing for some of you, you may start seeing more success, whether it's in your path or around you. And there's a little bit of a disconnect, right? When that one friend becomes very successful in the group and it's almost as though they have different priorities, but people see it as though, oh, you don't have time for us anymore. It's not that. It's that you really are elevating on a different level where it feels as though you have grown in many ways, and people that are not at that level just can't relate. So it does have a little bit of that tinge of jealousy of, oh, now you think you're too good for us. So that's for some of you, not all of you. The Healer of the Ages is really saying that at this time you can really lean on whoever it is that you go to for healing. For some of you, it's within yourself, doing the inner healing work. But I do feel like some of you may go perhaps to a spiritual retreat, may strengthen your relationship with God, whatever your God may be, or you just may be going down your own spiritual path, spiritual journey to see what is really out there for you that resonates with you, that sits well with you, that feels like it's the right fit for you. It is 2:22 on my clock at this time. So definitely take that into consideration, because again, 222 can signify partnerships. You can look up the angel number 222 if you Google it and see, what message out there resonates with you. You also have the World card and the Angel of Strength card. I don't remember who else got the Angel of Strength card. Maybe it was Sagittarius. But the World card here is this person is at the end of the bridge, at the end of the pier, at the end of the road, right? There's a lot of darkness, but in that darkness, there is light coming to the surface. And in that light, you can see that you've got lotuses here and maybe one distant one over here that's still kind of looming in that darkness. Because as the light is coming through, notice how there's also the clarity and the light around the crown, around their head. I mean, they're hooded, meaning they're very protective and they're kind of closed off, right? But it's the end of that isolation. It's the end of the pain, the hurt, the transformation. It's, realizing that a new chapter is opening up for you. So again, I feel like this is, a lot of personal life changes that someone may be going through, right? It's card 29, which is also number 11. So master number 11, it feels like it's a very strong indication that it's not just a small chapter of your life, right? This is a whole new book. This is a whole new series in your life of new events, new experiences. For some of you, maybe, just recently experiencing your Saturn return with your birthday, right? And so I do feel like whatever big changes some of you may be going through, this is internally, this is, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. But I do feel like things will start to really take a much more positive change. If you feel that you are not strong enough to go through this change in your life, the Angel of Strength is really here to say, I'm here for you. Lean on me. Call onto your angels. Call onto your guides. They cannot help you unless you call onto them and you give them permission to lend you the strength that you need, to give you the courage to continue to keep going, to make the changes that are more supportive and conducive to your healing or whatever you feel you may be going through. I feel like someone here may have some sort of anxiety. where it just feels like a little bit of a scary change. So for some of you, it could be a scary change when it comes to relocating as well, changing jobs, location, or relocating in terms of where you live, your home, making, you know, having big changes in your home environment as well can be something that feels like it can be a bit anxious and stressful for you. Now, your 9-card spread here, your major arcanas, you have the Chariot card, the Moon, and the Fool card. But your supporting cards, you know, are pretty good here with the King of Pentacles. I mean, if you're worried about the 5 of Pentacles and the Moon card, I get this feeling of some of you having work fears or worries that the money will dry up, that you're feeling like there's this insecurity with money, this scarcity mindset, feeling as though when I have this money, I got to hold on to it because I don't know if something can come up and really just obliterate my bank account, right? It just feels like I just saw like an explosion, like obliterating, like there's some sort of, again, big life change that happens for you, right? So this could be a change in location, home, job, relocating altogether. I do feel that this feels like there's a new part, a new journey coming into your life. I definitely feel that with these cards here. But I also see that in your 9-card spread, it also supports that. At the beginning of the month, you have the 8 of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, and the 6 of Swords. So I feel that you've been a little bit of a busy bee here, really keeping, you know, maintaining your workflow, trying to stay as efficient as possible, kind of keeping your nose, you know, in your work and waiting for either for you to get noticed, waiting for a new opportunity financially, like a promotion, or some of you may just be putting the feelers out there to look for something new, maybe putting in that interest card or letting somebody know that you're interested in something of a higher pay scale or more responsibility, or feeling like you should be a lead somewhere, a managerial position, something that does bring in more money. And I feel like you're showcasing your loyalty to your you know, your coworkers, your department, your boss, the company. It just feels as though you're really selling yourself with your work ethic and loyalty, and how you've really saved the day in so many situations. Because I get this feeling with the 6 of Swords. There is this feeling of you know, shit could have hit the fan at one point or another, but I saved your ass, and I want you to remember that when there's a promotional opportunity for me, you know? And so I do feel like things have been feeling like they're going at a smooth pace, but somewhere down towards the middle of the month, there is this feeling of not being supported. I don't know if you had, I feel for some of you, there's a little bit of like this clash, whether you're not in agreement with someone else's work ethic, or you don't like the way someone works or doesn't work, right? Like they get away with doing absolutely nothing. And I feel like you speaking up to say this needs to stop, like they're getting free money. You know, the 5 of Pentacles here is like that feeling of, you know, if God forbid, if I did that, I would be the one left out in the cold. And how is this person getting away with murder, right? But the Chariot card and the King of Pentacles is saying, even if you feel like you may be experiencing a little bit of a financial difficulty, feeling like you're not very well supported financially, especially if you have like a family to support, I feel like there may be somebody who's kind of leaving you hanging, like everybody splits bills or responsibilities, or, you know, whatever it may be, household bills and chores and duties, and it feels like someone's left waiting while the other one is just not taking care of their part or their share of the responsibilities, their duties here. I do feel like if there is someone here overall who can handle that, it is you. However, you're just like, don't put me in this situation anymore. You already know when the bills are due. You already know the due date. Rent's first of the month, whatever, right? There's no reason, no excuse. Watch your spending habits, you know, because the first of the month comes clockwork. every time. So I do feel like there is that type of conversation happening here. If you, like, say, have tenants, like you have rental properties, if you have roommates, if you have, you know, shared utilities and bills and rent that are split within a household, right? And I get this feeling of, you know, you also kind of putting your neck out for them. So whatever that means to you, I do feel like this is kind of going to be like a blip. You know, maybe they've done it a couple times, but it's going to stop. It doesn't feel like it's going to continue. I feel like you have this fear of that happening. But the Chariot card and the King of Pentacles is like, listen, you know you can handle it. Yes, I know you don't want to handle it if you've got some sort of contract and agreement moving forward. However, I do get this feeling of you kind of saying, listen, I don't need your help with these bills. But I'm also not going to have you, well, take advantage of you, you know, be codependent with you, right? It's like the well will not, the well is about to run dry for this person. And it's almost as though, like, you know, you have to decide, are you going to go out it alone and see what's really out there and realize that you've got it made here, or maybe you're going to pull your weight, right? So I feel that with the Chariot card and the King of Pentacles here, there is a lot of success when it comes to money. I do feel like you've got money coming your way, or perhaps you've already received money and you're trying to figure out how to invest it. Some of you that have done your taxes, maybe you thought it was going to take a long time. You received that money sooner rather than later. I do feel like a lot of you have received quite a bit of money. It comes in at just the right time, like an unexpected expense, things of that nature. The King of Pentacles is really like, I've got this boatload of money. I know what to do with it. I'm going to invest it wisely. And I also feel that there's a little bit of that secretive energy where, like, we're not going to let people know how much money I actually have or what I'm worth, right? It's really keeping that information to yourself, because you know that whatever it is that you really want to create for yourself is going to be something that you bring forward for yourself. I get this feeling of not wanting anyone's input with how you choose to spend or invest your money and the life choices that you are making and your spending habits. It's like that type of ownership of, that's my money and I'm going to do whatever the heck I want. Because I feel like if you have children, they may already be like, oh, well, since you have all this money, can you buy me this? Can you spend this? And can you take me here? Can you take me there? And while, yes, it's perfectly fine to do that, at the same time, you want to keep in mind what you originally had thought of for this money that comes forth for you. Okay. So I do feel like at the end of the month, by the end of the month, you're going to feel like you're much more at ease, at peace. This is more so like the second half of the month where you're going to feel like financially you're in a good place. There's still a little bit of, you know, worrisome thoughts about whether or not there are unexpected bills or, you know, another like feeling of something that's going to hit you hard financially. But I do feel with the Page of Swords, if you have children, they may be wanting to ask you for additional money or funds or help them out with this or take me here, take me there. And, you know, while you don't mind doing that, after a while, you're just like, it's time for you to stand up on your own 2 feet, you know? And so I do feel like some of you have that type of energy going on around you. Let me see. Let me pull the Kipper cards here. So if there is something that you are pretty worried about in your workplace or your finances, or whether or not you'll be able to have your keep, is how I'm hearing it, right? Is all this work going to pay out, or is it for nothing? Am I overextending myself for someone or something, or, you know, whatever it is that you're doing that may not really pay out for you in the end? Because I do feel that with the 8 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles, and the Moon card, you're kind of afraid of the unknown, a feeling of, I'm not sure if I can sustain the wealth. I'm not sure if I can sustain this household, the bills, especially if you just have like a new car payment, like you just bought a new car, and maybe it's you know, you haven't had a car payment in a while, or maybe it's more than than what you're used to, or perhaps you're trying to cut costs in your household or your business. I feel like there's a little bit of that worrisome thought. So what is this money, fearful money scarcity about? Some of you, yeah, journey could signify, again, with the Chariot card and journey. This could be related to transportation costs. This could be, you know, a car, automobile, travel. Those of you that work in, you know, maybe in the travel industry, you may be worried about that, worried about losing your job, worried about whether or not you're going to be able to keep pulling in the same amount of income. Oh, and the card of Thief. You know, so maybe someone here is wanting you to pay for all their expenses and travel and whatnot, and they've just gotten used to depending on you for these things. And I feel as though, I hate to say this, but I feel like for some of you, if you have money that you keep in your household and you feel like it's gone and you don't feel like it's gone, it is gone, and you're starting to convince yourself that it's not who you think it could be in your household, you're trying to convince yourself that it's been misplaced. I do feel that for some of you, it's not the person that you're thinking. I feel like it's the person that you wish you didn't have to worry about, okay? Because in this card of the Thief, I mean, he's being distracted while someone is taking from him, right? So apply that to your situation. Any other card? The Child. I think that speaks for itself, right? For some of you, this could be child support, someone not paying, and you feel as though they're stealing from you or your child by not paying child support. I also feel that those of you that have like the other parent at a distance, and you know, summer's coming, spring break is coming, and they want you to send, you know, the child or the children to their destination. They want you to foot the bill. And they probably haven't been paying child support, or they're trying to say, I can't pay you child support because I'm paying for travel, right? That's when you get all those things in writing. And so, yeah, King of Wands, the World card, and the Page of Pentacles. You have the Page of Pentacles twice, which is very important here. But I do feel like if this is a relationship, a marriage that ended, you know, that they're supposed to pay you child support, alimony, it's coming in slowly. There's been delays. I feel like they may be the ones struggling financially. And so now you're feeling left out in the cold by them not being there, you know, being on top of their financial responsibilities. Okay. So speaking of finances, we're going to pull a couple of money oracles here just to get an overall energy for your money, career, finances, business. The card of Book, paperwork, contracts. I just said you want to make sure that you're on the same page with those agreements, child support, alimony. Make sure that you've got that in writing. And it says learning as you go. You could be learning that maybe you can no longer take a verbal agreement when it comes to this, that you may have to get it, you know, legally bound. So this could be careers in writing, taking a class, education, and law, right? You also have the card of the Moon. Fleeting funds, unknown source, being guided. This is moonlighting, odd jobs, night shift, and working part-time. Some of you can be working part-time in travel industry. I'm hearing like travel, like driving, if that means, you know, delivery, Uber. Could also be like truck driver. Anything that has to do with like driving or delivery, I'm hearing, okay? I could be driving at a distance. That could be like a part-time gig that you have. But I do feel like you have to take on a second job because your money keeps going too quickly. And you've got the card of secret stash. Remember what I said, those of you that keep a secret stash in your house, just be careful, because this is exactly what came up when I said it. This is the card of the mouse. It says secret stash, saving your pennies, finding money, but theft as well. You have two cards that speak of theft. Okay, so get a lockbox, get another secret hiding place, because maybe people already know where you keep your money, even if it is for emergency purposes. You never know who's around, who's listening, or anything like that. Okay, so this career in acting, assistant, hidden potential, and unknown. But I don't like that you had the energy or the message of theft twice. Okay, definitely change where you keep your valuables and your money and your assets, right? The card of eggs, starting over, saving up, resources, and building your nest egg. This is careers in healthcare, new opportunities, and insurance. So definitely keep those energies in mind when it comes to your money, career, finances. Let me pull messages of love here. Okay. So wait, the timing is not quite right. And forgiveness. Forgiving yourself or another will help you move forward. There could be some of that stuck energy, feeling a little bit blocked over a situation that needs forgiveness, whether it's forgiving yourself or forgiving someone else. You also have the card of longing. Someone is secretly yearning for you. The card of intuition, you already know the answer you seek. And awakening, someone is undergoing a spiritual transformation. This is someone around you. This is someone that you've been connected to at one point or another. Maybe you are currently connected to them. I'm going to pull some of these fortune cards for you because I feel like this deck also has a message for you before I close it out. So what message do you have for my Aquarius friends? The Spirit. Unseen forces watch over you. When I tell you that I feel like this deck was saying, I've got messages for Aquarius, and the card that comes out is the Spirit, letting you know unseen forces watch over you. Oh yeah, most definitely. You also have the card of the Raven. Darkness looms on the horizon. So especially when it comes to money, okay? Remember what I said, be vigilant about your money. The Hand of Fate. Forces beyond your control intervene. Some of you have a very dishonest roommate is what just came through, okay? So if you've got roommates, or, it doesn't matter if they're like friends or, whoever lives in your household that you consider a roommate. It just, I just get this really unnerving energy of them, okay? And as I say that, the Serpent card comes out, right? So a sly and subtle approach is needed. I feel like this is, me saying that is really not to make anyone paranoid, but it just feels like you already had a little bit of a suspicion. Trust your intuition. It is literally right here. You already know the answer here. Don't allow someone to convince you that the sky is green when it's really blue. You know what I mean? I'm hearing the word vigilant. Stay vigilant. I think I've already said that already. And it could be a fire sign. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, someone with strong fire in their chart. Could be also someone that has a lot of anger to them. They could have a Mars fire sign energy where when they get angry, boy, do they get angry. They come fighting with fighting words, right? Very heated, passionate arguments or disagreements. And I'm even hearing stomping and like stubbornness. Yeah, that's coming through really, really clearly. And I hate to say this, but whoever this is around you, Aquarius, it just feels like they really go out of their way to convince you that you're the bad guy for treating them, for making them feel the way they're feeling. But it It just feels very dishonest. So keep this in mind. Reckless actions lead to conflict, okay? That message is for someone here, so be very careful with that energy. Apply it to your situation. Remember that this is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave the other messages for those Aquarians that resonate with that already got that going on in their lives, right? So let's close this out with the wisdom of the Oracle. We have truth be told. Again, I want to say, I think it was Sagittarius that also had that. All that glitters, and one more, come to the edge, which is like the Fool card here. So you've got double messages when it comes to new starts, new beginning. I mean, literally coming to the edge, new starts, new beginnings, new chapters. That's really what's been coming through for you. Like the majority of this reading is that you've got massive, big life changes, big new chapters in your life. This isn't just like you're on chapter 3 and all of a sudden there's like an interesting plot twist. This is like you finished the first series of your life. You're now embarking on a whole new series, whole new chapter in your life, right? So come to the edge is really letting you know that you are safe at this time to really make those decisions about new experiences, about trusting where your life, your path is taking you, where it's opening up for you, and knowing that everything is going to be okay. This is a whole new chapter in your life. Now you've got the card of truth be told. I feel like there is this feeling of needing to be completely open and honest, and open up to someone, being very assertive and direct with them. If this is a situation where it's like you already know the answers, you already know the circumstances, maybe you even got proof that this person's being dishonest with you, right? Like maybe you know who took whatever or who put you in a bad spot and they're denying it. I do feel like you're really pushing, or you're wanting to push someone to have them be completely open and honest with you. And I feel like you're trying to figure out how to approach this. Like, I feel like you want to approach them in a very direct manner, but you know that it's going to take a little bit more finessing, right? Like you showing your vulnerable side, you showing you opening up, you trying to be like really cool about it, but deep down inside you want to blow the fuck up, right? Because I really feel like that type of energy is what you're holding inside. I mean, this owl, it's got a little bit of a seriousness to the eyes, a little bit of a stern look. I know all owls tend to have that stare. However, it is opened up completely, open up emotionally, all these hearts around, and they've taken the mask off. The mask is underneath them. They're over it. So I do feel like your demeanor may say one thing and you're saying another because you feel a certain way. So this is the time to be open and honest with each other or with those around you, in hopes that they can also reciprocate that same type of energy. Now, the card of all that glitters, this is a reminder that just because something looks a certain way or portrays itself as a certain way, like I could never, I'm your, I'm the person that's got your back all the time. I'm your BFF. I'm your whatever, right? I just feel like they've got you really convinced. I know that message is not for everyone, but this can also be in the workplace. I've got the perfect job opportunity. It's going to pay you all this much more, but what you don't know is that there's a hidden agenda here. Maybe they, they won't honor your days off. Maybe they won't honor your schedule. Maybe they've always got you on call, don't want to pay you the extra because now your salary, you don't get paid overtime. And it's like working way more than you would have been if you were hourly, right? So it's that kind of feeling of, are you going for something for the title? For the pay, what's really going on here? So be careful of really shiny objects that, glitter like gold in front of you to convince you that they are the perfect one, the perfect match, the perfect job, whatever it may be for you, okay? That is your reading, Aquarius. I am sending you guys so much love, strength, and courage to continue on this path of making big changes in your life. Trust your intuition, most definitely. And just know that some lessons are meant to teach us to move up to the next chapter, while others are to awaken us to perhaps the wrong path that we've been going through and the lessons that we're learning. So that's a message for you. Your playlist is here, whatever the reading I have for you here. And if I didn't mention it already, because I don't think I did, your mid-month bonus reading is going to be all things luck, money, manifestation, abundance, where you are financially. We're going to dive into money manifestations for your mid-month. So you don't want to miss that. Make sure you tap the bell when you get notified when all the readings go live and when I go live. So I will see you guys soon. Take care. Bye.